The world of AI is just buzzing with incredible ideas. But let's be real. How many of those actually make it from a thought bubble to a successful company? Today, we're going to break down a roadmap for that exact journey. We're talking a step-by-step path from that first spark of a concept all the way to a potential IPO. So you've got the dream, right? Maybe it's this killer app idea or a new creative tool that could change everything. But then you try to start and it just feels like hitting a brick wall. That feeling of being totally stuck, it's super common and it's the exact problem we're tackling today. Yeah, this is what we call the dreamer's dilemma. Your idea feels brilliant, but taking that first step is paralyzing. You go looking for the skills you need, and they're just scattered all over the place. And trying to do it all alone, that can be so isolating. Plus, most courses out there are either way too academic or hyper-technical, leaving this huge gap between the theory and actually doing something. And you know what? There's a real reason to get moving on this. The World Economic Forum says that AI is going to transform 86% of companies. That's not some distant future prediction. It's happening right now. So for anyone sitting on a great idea, the door is wide open, but you gotta take action. Okay, so let's get into the good stuff. The most powerful way to start isn't by reading textbooks for months. No way. It's by building something real. We're talking about a method that's designed to take you from just an idea to a working, tangible prototype in just 5 days. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I'm not a coder. Well, that's exactly where this approach called vibe coding comes in. Instead of you writing every single line of code from scratch, you use AI tools and smart prompt engineering. Basically, you describe what you want your app to do in plain language, and the AI helps build the code for you. It lets you create something functional in a much more intuitive way. So, what does this look like in practice? Well, it's all laid out in a 5-day boot camp. Day 1, it's all about sharpening your vision. By day 2, get this, you're already prepping for a foundational Microsoft AI certification. Then you dive into frameworks for success, you actually build your prototype, and on the last day, you pitch your idea to a whole community of people. Think about what you walk away with after just 1 week. You get real, tangible assets, a working prototype of your dream, an official Microsoft certification to back up your knowledge, insight into proven success models, and you're plugged into a network of other creators. Okay, that first prototype, that's a massive win, but it's really just the beginning. The next leap on this journey is about going deeper, turning that initial spark into a real career or a business that can actually scale. This is where you go pro. And from here, the path kind of splits based on what you're good at. You can go the technical route and become an AI engineer, really mastering things like Python and getting advanced certifications. Or you can focus on the business side as an AI business developer, specializing in strategy and figuring out how to turn cool tech into real business value. This next level is all about building some serious high-level credentials. We're talking advanced Microsoft certs, university-accredited knowledge. There are even pathways that could lead to a tuition-free master's degree. And on top of that, you get access to a global AI network. Pretty amazing. And to see the real-world impact, just look at what Edmund Chan, a business analyst, had to say. He called this kind of structured approach transformative because it didn't just give him inspiration, it gave him a clear map with actionable goals. And that's the key, right? Moving from just learning to actually doing. Okay, so we've seen the first step, building that prototype, and we've seen the next level, going pro. But how does this all connect? How do these pieces fit together to form one single path from that initial dream all the way to the top? Well, this is where a framework called DreamOut 8 comes in. Think of it as an 8-level model that maps out the entire journey for an entrepreneur, from that very first idea all the way to a potential IPO. And the levels just make so much sense. It all starts with passion and ideation, of course. Then you move into validating your idea in the real world. From there, it's about building it out and actually finding a market for it. The final stages, that's all about scaling up and eventually giving back as a mentor yourself. This table lays it out perfectly. You can see how different programs lock into the different phases. So a bootcamp like AI Dream Chasers covers that initial discovery and prototyping phase. Then a program like BAIS handles the skill building and monetization. And for that final scaling phase, business consulting comes in to give you that strategic support. A quote from a programmer named Brian Show really captures the big picture here. He said that this approach shows how AI isn't just a technology, it's a possibility to change the world. And that just shifts your whole mindset, doesn't it? It's not just about building a business, it's about making a real impact. So, to wrap it all up, the whole point of a system like this is to give you a complete toolkit for success. It's got the official credentials to prove your skills, a real product that you built yourself, a clear roadmap for growth, and a lifelong support network to lean on. So, we've laid out a path from a simple idea to a global enterprise. The framework is there, the tools are more accessible than ever, and the support system is in place. So really, the only question left is, what are you going to build?